I am here with another Space Award winner, Katherine Wirick. Tell me about what won and how it felt to win.
Okay, well, this is No One Is Safe. This is a piece I did in 2011. It took me about a year. The whole story is all contained on this one poster. I submitted it in the general category, and it felt great to win, but it was very emotional for me because I didn't expect it to be that emotional, but I got a little bit, I got a little emotional at the presentation ceremony because I told everybody that, this story is about my father. It's a story that he told me about when he was at Kent State in 1970, and he was a witness to the shooting. So he told me this story, and I adapted it into this comic, but while I was working on it, he got sick with cancer, and so that became part of the piece also. And then after I finished the piece, he died about a year later.
I can totally understand getting emotional.
Yeah, so I told everybody that was there for the ceremony yesterday that I was really grateful to people who had read it because, he's gone now, and so it's kind of like, they didn't know him before, but now they do a little bit, and so now they can have a little bit of a memory of him maybe, or that I was able to share a little bit of him with them, and that really means a lot to me. So it was great.
I'm getting a little emotional. That is really touching.
Well, yeah, it's been a roller coaster the last couple of years, but I'm really glad that people like the work and they connect with it, and it's been really rewarding.
So what do you have coming up in the future?
What I'm working on right now is a graphic novel, or possibly a series of graphic novels, because it might be fairly long. It's another historical project about John Hartfield, who was a German artist, and he worked in between the two world wars, and he was very political and leftist, and his art was all anti-fascist, it was anti-Nazi, and he was persecuted because of that. He was driven out of Germany, and his life was very interesting, and my book starts in 1915 when he was a soldier in the First World War, but he had a breakdown. He was sent to a mental hospital, so that's where it starts. So I've been working on that for about a year.
Do you have a timeline of when you'll get the first issue out on the horizon somewhere?
The first issue is going to be about 20 pages, and I'm planning to have it out by this summer. I'm hesitant to give a firm deadline because
I understand.
Life happens, but it's very close to being finished.
And where can people find this when it comes out? Where can people find you online?
I'm online at Katherine.kreider-Wirick.com. It's KATHEREINE.KREIDER-WIRICK.com, or you can find me at Katherine Wirick, all one word, .tumblr.com. I wish I had an easier to remember website.
I'm going to remember it only because we've had this discussion.
Okay. Let's see. And I have a Big Cartel web store, so people can order books directly from me, or I'm going to be at a couple of conventions in the fall.
Where else are you going to be?
I don't have, registration hasn't opened yet, so this isn't nailed down, but I'm hoping to be at APE in San Francisco, and I'm also hoping that I'll get into the Brooklyn Comics and Graphics Fest, so that's in November. I'm not doing SPX this year because I couldn't get in.
I've heard it's very tough to get into SPX.
Yeah, last year was fine, but this year was a mess. And I'm going to be at Space again next year, so yeah.
Check her out online, and we'll see you around.
Cool, thank you.
Thank you.